Hi, everybody. I'm live. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is doing well. Today we'll be coloring from my new book called ColorYa Mandalas. Now, this ColorYa is a French company. Now, some of you may know this company because you've probably seen this book on some other people's channels. I saw this book on a lot of the international people's channel. So I was like, I want that book and I don't have it. No, you see a book you want and then you don't have it, and you're like, no. So I saw this on a whole bunch of the French colorist channel. For the longest time, I had to wait for it to come out because it wasn't in the States yet. So don't worry, you'll have plenty of blotter paper. So I thought we'd give this a flip. Hello to everybody in the chat. So everything is going well today. I'm happy today. I'm on a little bit earlier. So this is a mandala book. It is spiral bound. I put down a link where you can purchase this. Hi, Kim. Look what came. ColorYa Mandalas. Yes, we're going to be coloring a mandala. So the first thing about this book is that they're a French company. This book is spiral bound. I saw a lot of people getting this book a few months ago, and I was like so upset because they didn't have it here in the U.S. You know, I think the only things that I'm waiting on Midnight Masquerade, the Anastasia Ellie Cole de Vivre book are the only two books left. And now 2 diamond paintings are in the way. I just bought a new one from Diamond Art Club. They had one that I really liked and I couldn't resist it. Thank you, Miss Coffee and Rachel Ray, for showing that. So I did buy it. So they show, you know, if you go to Rachel Ray and Miss Coffee, sometimes they get the, and Donnie, Diamond Paintings by Donnie, they sometimes show the preview, get an advanced copy of the diamond painting to show people. So I just had to have a cup of my coffee, my afternoon coffee. So this is called ColorYa Mandalas. This is a French company. It is a spiral bound book. So you see they have a beautiful cover. You know, so something got knocked over. So you see this pretty little thing with all the flowers and things in there. So this has the nameplate page. I don't see a lot of place for the blotter, so shame. That's okay. We can use our own blotters. It is spiral bound, and then they give you some information about them. And then I think this is the thank you because they have one in French, English. I'm not sure what this is. This is Spanish. This is Italian. I think this is Netherlands, and I think this is Dutch. I could be wrong. Miss May will have to tell us that. But here, we're going to do a flip through of the book first, and then we'll pick a picture to color it. That's nice. I like mandalas. They're fun. So I want to show you guys this. And I left the link down below in the description where you can purchase this. Nice full-size images, very good paper. I like that the images are all single-sided. They are not perforated. My copy is not perforated. Some people said it was. Some people say it wasn't. My copy isn't perforated. They are, aren't they? I know Jess wanted me to color one. See, this is nice. I like the ones with the flowers in them because they're different. It kind of reminds me of a dream catcher almost. You get this one. See, this is really like 2 mandalas that got cut off, and then you get another one. They are, aren't they, Kim? It's like, you know, you like them. I'm a little surprised Miss Michelle is not here. Watch, now that I said that, she's going to go on and go, oh, you're on earlier. Yeah. Well, I'm on earlier because Mommy left for her walk. I'm not feeling up to walking today because, you know, I just don't feel good. I don't feel up to doing. The later you go, the hotter it is. It's for some weird reason my mother likes to. Sometimes my mother likes to wake up super early, go on her walk, and just walk really early in the morning because she says it's the coolest in the morning to have her walk. Then she gets all energized and wants to do all this stuff. I'm like, for real? My mother likes to have a schedule, likes to be organized. I'm more like, okay, less about having a schedule. When I go back to work, I'll have a schedule. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that I'll be able to go back to work soon. Aren't these pretty? Guys, say hello. I'm not gonna bite your head off. That's nice too. I only am waiting on 2 more books, and the Monarchs are out, guys. The Black Widow Monarch pencils, which are pastel pencils, which I was really surprised to see that they did that in pastel. I guess this is the last picture. So, you know what I say? We can always start at the beginning. The beginning is always a good place to start. Isn't it pretty? I do like this. This was from a French company, Ellen. But the problem with this company was that they were not providing this book to the U.S. for the longest time. There were some of us who wanted the book but couldn't get it because we lived in the States. So they were selling to the international shippers, but not to us. And now it's finally here on Amazon US. So, I saw so many books from this company. It's like I'm not even kidding you guys. They won't even sell. They have more than just this. But they don't have the rights to sell the other books yet in the US. I like this one. Some of you will see that I have some of my Copics up. That was only because I was doing a flowery thing that required pinks and purples. So. Yoda, baby Yoda, stop sitting on the markers. Baby like Yoda likes to sit on my markers. So. I am looking for a nice purple color, like the light purple, like an ash lavender. But I don't see anything like an ash lavender. So this is the picture that we are coloring. Don't worry, we have a blotter page behind it. So this is BV02, which is a Copic, but we'll be using other things than Copics. This is Prune. This is the cover BV02. Geranium. This is number 15, and this comes from my new set, The Touch and Cool. For whatever reason, it's not linking up to the thing. I could not get that there. So. This is pale purple. This paper is very smooth. It is a perfect paper for markers, but I will still, guys, would put a blotter page. Hi, Miss Shelley. How are you? You missed the flip through of this. Uranium 15. This is a brand new mandala book that they're selling on Amazon. It is called ColorYa Mandalas. We did a flip of this book already, so during the live, so you just came in. Yes, I know. I'm on earlier today than normal, but my schedule changes based on what's going on with my mother. Like sometimes my mother will need the computer, and then she'll be like, "I need the computer. My stuff is just as important as yours." I go, "I don't think so." So we argue sometimes about who gets the computer. But if she's not here, I can live stream so much easier when she's not here. You can see. Then we go back to our geranium. Light. No, I don't want red. Wine red. That's a brown. Light violet. Hi, Jess. We're coloring in ColorYa Mandalas. This was the book that you wanted me to color from, remember? Jess got her wish. It wasn't you who wanted to see this book? I hate when I create little spaces. And this is like a perfect book for markers, but you still have to put a blotted page. Look. And everybody knows what the side of a juicy marker is. Remember that, guys. Fluorescent coral red. Oh, that's good. I think you're going to like that a lot. Fluorescent orange. I want to see how. What kind of car are you guys looking at? If you don't mind me asking. Oh, this should be a good one. You're funny, Michelle. Michelle's really funny, guys. She just says things and then you laugh at it because it's funny. Really, she really is funny. That way that. Now, this is a Cali art. This is original Cali arts. These are not the ones that Miss Michelle has. Hers have a different barrel. This is G 115. Right in between my G 115, and this is mint green. I always like seeing how these new colors work, how older markers work with newer markers. Sometimes they work really well. This paper is really smooth, guys. I can tell you right now, coloring on it. But I noticed that some colors like DMC codes are the same in a lot of the diamond paintings. I also noticed that some of the colors are the same names in sets, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're the same shades. No problem. Just go get your car. You need the car. That's important when we have things that we need. Yesterday we had the handyman come and we put some stuff in the above closet. So we did a lot of stuff yesterday with the man, but I think I hurt my back yesterday. And it's still a little sore after I had to lift those boxes. So, me and my mother were doing some reorganization and doing things in the house. I think it's good to reorganize stuff every once in a while. Get your head right. Canary Yellow. This is a piano. I mix up my, because I had so many markers at one point, I mixed them all up. They dropped all over, and then I just mixed them all up, except for the Copics and the other new set. But the pianos and the Cali Arts and other things are mixed in together. And this is going to be a blue. I don't know what blue yet. This is, who's this? Canary Yellow. I'll tell you something, the pianos and the Cali Arts are so similar in color codes and colors. It's eerily how weird they are. I think they might be made at the same factory. So the numbers and the colors are almost the same. Almost. Just maybe a shade darker or a shade lighter. No, that's turquoise. That's too dark. That's too dark. I know that color is too dark. You know when a color is just too dark? This is what happens when you have so many markers that you're like, okay, what color do you want to use? Lots and lots of blues here. No, that's not. Well, again, the same thing. There must be. That's too dark of a blue. Guess we're gonna have to go into Copics because the blues I have are too dark or too light. What is this perk doing here? This is a blue gray. That's too like grayish tone wise. But I know what I can use to get a nice blue. I'll go back to the Copics because they have a light blue that I just love to pieces. No, they want the Tahitian. I want the Robin's Egg. I love that blue. What is it with you and the purple? Michelle. Michelle really likes the purple. Okay, you like the purple. So you know what we'll do? We'll do prune BVO2. It's like a bluish violet. But it's a really nice one. Got a purple for you? Really, you like royal blue? That doesn't surprise me. Let me guess, your favorite colors is purples and blues, where my favorite colors are pinks and reds. Gonna have to do a load of t-shirts soon. At least start doing it, you know. Oh, and I also ordered a new Chinese one. I saw a new Chinese one by the cat, and that's it. And I just had to have it. You know, I have a problem. Then it didn't help that Diamond Art Club dropped some beautiful paintings this week at today. Who saw the new ones that they did? I mean, they dropped a new Hannah Lynn one for those Hannah Lynn enthusiasts. Here's the thing, I don't get the Hannah Lynn ones, but I know a lot of people love the Hannah Lynn diamond paintings. Hmm. Well, no. This is diamond paintings. We're talking from DEAC. DEAC has some beautiful new paintings every Saturday at 12 o'clock. If you're a Ruby or Diamond member, this is only in Diamond Art Club. I don't know how it works for other companies, but they give you an exclusive sneak peek about 30 minutes before everybody else. So sometimes people like Rachel Ray, Miss Coffee, Donnie, and a few other diamond paintings get a an advanced copy of one of the new diamond paintings that comes out. So luckily for us, some of us got to see that on their channels. Hi, Lily. I'm just refilling the Copic. We are coloring from ColorYa Mandalas. This is the first picture I'm doing in this book. So I'm now shaking the Copic marker. We've done this with Touch Cool, Cali Arts, Copics, and Beyond Us. Oh, the dishes must have finished watching because I just heard the little, you know, when the dishwasher goes off and it finishes cleaning the dishes, you get a sound saying that it's done. It makes it like a little musical sound. Beep, 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 beep. I can't do it as well. That's always a good sign that the dishes are clean. Of course you hear it. You hear everything. Now this is pink. This is an R43 Bonganaville. And this is a Copic. what has everybody been working on coloring? I colored I think over the weekend, what did I color? Something from one of my Korean coloring books. I had started it and then never finished it. So then I had a hard time remembering what colors I used. So then I just was like, you know what, I'll just finish it with whatever I have on me. So finish the picture using what I had. I think it was When I First Saw You, which is it's one of my Korean books, but that's the book that I like to color in, but it's fallen apart. And I spent a small fortune for that book. I'm like kind of pissed that the book is falling apart. And this is called Bougainville. Your Copics start to get a little dry. I don't oh yeah, that's a pretty book. But here's the thing with me. I have so many books now, it's just like ridiculous. Like I'm going through some of my stuff and I'm like, okay. Then I'm like going through some of my Disney stuff and saying if it's appropriate for my niece. And a lot of the Disney stuff is very appropriate for my niece. So I've been giving my niece some stuff too. So it's not like I love you guys any less. It's just that I think some of those books would be better suited for my niece who's like, what, 2, and the other one's 10 months. But already the one that's 10 months is already trying to imitate her sister. So we can cover that up with a red. So this is going to be red. Do you like the book, Lily? The Magical Color of Fairies by Angela. No, it's funny because, and I was saying this to somebody, tastes change, people change. I think when you first start coloring, you buy everything under the sun, going, oh, I like that, I like that. Then as time wears on, you go, no, I like this, and I only like these illustrators. we all know what we like. Oh yes, I also ordered. I'm also expecting because I did order these on Thursday. They're supposed to come on Thursday, but who knows with Amazon these days. I ordered the new Black Widow Monarchs. Now, no judgment on them because I needed them to, you know. I'm very happy that I ordered them. I haven't seen them yet. So we'll see if we can color with them. Maybe we'll use a Johanna Basford book to test them out in. Yeah, I know, but everybody has the Johanna Basford books are interesting books because I first got introduced to Stadler fine liners when I first started. I was a big Johanna Basford fan. That was one of my first coloring books was Secret Garden, the regular edition now. Before when I got it, it was like on the second edition or the third edition, second edition, because then they made like third editions of that fourth edition. So some people got different paper in that. I found out that there were different versions of that book made. So the paper was different with each version that they printed. Oh, the Angela Gonzalez. Every book is going to have paper that's a little bit different. You ever notice that the Nikki Burnett grayscale books are very much like the Christine Karen books, the way they're printed? I really, really like the prettiness of these coloring books. They're beautiful. They're pretty. You can do a lot with a mandala. I forget who it was, but she was trying to draw perfect squares or perfect something. You ever notice how these look like they're shaping up to be a heart? I am supposed to get them on Thursday, but because of shipment has been weird lately, I don't know if I'm going to get them before Thursday. But I'm supposed to get them on Thursday, the new Monarch, and they were pricey. I won't lie, they were like $30-something for a set of 48. Now, if I didn't have Black Widows, I probably would not be getting them for Black Widows because I'm used to paying like $17, $18 for the other sets that I bought. So think about that. But there are also a lot more pencils too. So doesn't the shape of this look like a little heart? These little ones here. They are about $32 now, Lily. So Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh well. I think I might have to make them all red and pink now that I did this pattern. You know, I try not to pick. I know, right? They look like hearts. I like them when they look like hearts. You know, before this came, we were actually before I decided this, we were almost. I was tempted to work in well the flowers today, but then this came in, and I know Jess was like, "I really want to see you work in this." She said in another stream, but I hadn't gotten the book in yet, so I was like, "Okay, I'll try my best to get the books in." You know, I try my best to do different things on the channel. Like sometimes we diamond paint now, sometimes we color now. I think it's important to diversify what you do. Bougainville. And I don't mean it's a bad thing to diversify. I think sometimes you have to diversify. So that is geranium, Bougainville. And now we do a Cali art. And this is G116, and this is mint green. You know what? I think I'm going to make it a purple. But we're going to do a dark purple. This is light violet 82. This is pale purple. I don't know. I think, you know what happened? I was in my bookstore one day a few years ago, and I don't know why I started coloring, but I think I started coloring because I had seen a coloring book, and I remember buying my first coloring book, which happened to be Secret Garden. It was one of my very first books. It was my first introduction to it. I had seen a few people do it, but I started coloring like diamond painting. I was curious about it, and then I fell in love with it, and then I wanted more books and more books, and then the craze came over. I became very invested in the craze when this was a craze. But I continued on because I really, really liked it. I found it very calm and very meditative. Bougainville. No, it was just something to try, and I really, really enjoyed it. Plus, it was a way for me to do something creative. I wanted to be a little bit more creative, and that gave me the freedom to do creative. But then, the thing that started to annoy me about Johanna was all the little spaces, and then I found out about like all these different art supplies that I had never heard of, like fine liners and you know all those amazing things that you can do. Pale purple. Mm-hmm. Robin's egg blue. I really like this color. I like using my caps. Geranium. No, she doesn't. She likes when I color. Like, what my mother likes me to color, like those carousels. My mother likes things like this when I color these things. My mother likes these. Like, my mother likes what I color, but she doesn't color. Robin's egg blue. Now, this is what we call tea orange, but it's like a pinkish color, and I use this a lot in skin tones. Some of you know I use this a lot. Prune. Pale purple. I think this is going to be one of my more unique ones. This is mint green. This is a ColorYa. What do you mean another book video? I'm not really sure what you mean. Coloring book collection video. I'm right now in the middle of going through it, purging it, cutting it down. Oh yeah, Kim, right now I can't do that because that would be too much work, and also I'm in the middle of cleaning up, getting ready for the people to come into the house, do the work, try to lessen what I have, and then after that, and then I'm also looking at the diamond paintings, figuring out how I'm going to store them, how I'm going to do all these things, There's a lot of things going on right now in my house. Geranium. So it's not like I can just do that. Maybe after I come back, after the house has been worked on, then we'll see what goes on. What I actually, So it's not like I can just do whatever I want to do. Pale purple. For me, it's like, it's not that I can't do it. It's just, it's really hard to do it timing wise right now. And it wouldn't be a problem, but I have things in boxes and other stuff, and it's like trying to figure out what you have. And plus, I've been also giving stuff away to various organizations and things like that, plus people. So it's not that I can't do it. I'm probably going to do it at the end of the year rather than right now, because what I have at the end of the year is more comprehensive than what I have at the beginning of the year. Plus, I've finished some books, so they're going to have to be And I'm not keeping everything I finished because I just don't have the room. So it's about roominess. I did keep two or three finished books. Please don't die out on me. Come on, you still need juice. Still have juice. I'm going to be my mother because the floor is coming up, and these floors have been here since the 1980s. The floors, because of the humidity, they've been going up on the ceiling. Like, how best to describe how they work? Let's see. You know how this is a flat surface, so my mother's going to get whole new hardwood floors installed. But what the floors have been doing, they've been here since the 1980s when they installed the floors originally. So it's just downstairs in the living room. My floor up here is fine. So what my mother is going to be doing with the floor downstairs is, since they are buckling, what happens is here you have this happen. And then the floors have been buckling, and so the floors have been coming up. Some of the floors have been coming up, so it's very annoying to step on my floor. It's like when they come up like this, and they're uneven to walk. So they need to be done anyway. My mother was going to get this. That's okay. The floors have to be redone because they need to be redone. It's not like my mother's just doing it because she wants to do it. It has to be done. It cannot be avoided to be done. Believe me, if my mother could avoid doing them, she would. Because it's going to be a $30,000 expense to get them done. My mother said $40,000 with taxes, so you know, it is a $40,000 expense to get these things done. So it's not a cheap thing to get them done. Because you have to pay for the labor, you have to pay for the floor, you have to pay for the installation, you have to pay for the ceiling, you have to pay for the material. So it's not a cheap expense to get them done. Sean told you how much they are on camera. That was what I was told, that this is going to be expensive. So I don't know how much it actually is going to be, but that was what I estimated them to be. My mother had the guy come in here to take a look before, she commits to anything. My mother had two guys come in, and they gave her two very different. Thank you, Jean B. This is from this book. This is a brand new book. It's a French company. Now, this is one of the only books that they have available on Amazon US, but they have other books internationally, but you can't buy them because they don't ship here to the US. Or they haven't been made available to Amazon US customers before now. So I had to watch as French colorists were doing this. And some of the English colorists or UK colorists were getting this book before us. I never used to use the dark colors, but I really like the way the dark colors are contrasting the light colors. Tea orange. Yeah, the red is geranium, if you're wondering. This could go through really, really quick. Pale purple. We're using different sets. Touch New, Cali Arts, Beyond those. Everything under the sun. Hey, Mom, I'm live. So, Mother just came back from her walk. I wonder if she brought home anything to eat. Did you bring home anything to eat? I know. I wanted them. They had one that was really beautiful, Lily. I'm like, I saw it on somebody else's channel and I tried to get it and I could not get it here. I was like so disappointed that I couldn't get it. You know, wait and be patient. But I think this one was demanded by people to ship to the US. That's why they did it, or they made a deal. You know, I think it's what they think they can sell. There's always going to be books that don't ship here, but there's just as many nice books here in the U.S. that don't get featured. You know, but I can tell you the paper's really nice on this one. But, you know, someone remarked once that mandalas kind of remind them of flowers. In a way, yes, because it's circular. No, when I first started using markers, I was like, oh, I was so terrified that I was going to ruin the page behind it. Oh, yes, Monarchs are going to be awesome. Those pencils are going to be awesome. Red, geranium. Hmm. Do you like working with yarn? I've never worked with it except once or twice in my life when I was doing it. Something for a camp. Not a big yarn fan. Light violet. I was trying to find a link to these markers. I can't seem to find a link anymore for them. I don't know if they're out of stock because Amazon says they're in stock. So I don't know if they changed the name. I was never very good at the crochet. You know that's great, Jean, because you know you're super talented. Pale purple. You know what's fun about whip markers? You can do different combinations with them. I can knit a little bit, but I'm not very good. I can sew a little bit, but I'm not that good. You know, I do it when I have to do it. Hmm. Tea Orange E95. No, when you color with pencils, it takes a lot longer to color with pencils than it does with markers. But you know, markers and grayscale go very well together. That's not to say that you can't color grayscale with pencil, but I find that if I'm working with markers, I tend to go faster than when I color with pencils. That's my personal opinion, but some people saying, well, Robin's Egg Blue. I don't like when I leave little white areas in my coloring. I always seem to leave white areas. I don't know why. Thank you, Miss Jean. You know, and you know, someone said, "Well, my marker work isn't very good. I leave straight." I go, "That's just practice and time." And you know, the thing with markers is you can't stop when you do them because. And hello, Jessica Sparkles. We are coloring from ColorYa Mandalas. Someone said they wanted to see me color in this book, so that's what we did. Hi, Robin. Light Violet 82. We're using all kinds of different markers today, Jessica. So not just one brand. We're using budget friendly. And this is the Touch Cool. These are my Copics. These are the Cali Arts before we had Pianos. So we're using a lot of different markers to work with this. So R43, which is Bogana Boom. So looms are supposed to make your work easier, aren't they? From what I've heard. Training. Also, when you guys put on your marker caps, make sure they're tight but not too tight because you don't want to take off the marker and then reveal the other stuff that goes in the marker. Pale purple. How many books or what kind of books did you buy? Did you buy coloring books, reading books? Forest Grove 3 is very pretty, but it's a little too much right now because the shipping is outrageous. Certain things I won't buy right now because the shipping is outrageous, and I'm also starting to clear out space, so I'm trying to. E95 tea orange. Who's K? Is that I'm trying to remember who K is. I think there's like only 2 more coloring books coming, and they've been on pre-order for a while, so I've been waiting for them for a while. So it's not like I'm dying for them. Robin's Egg Blue. Pale purple. Oh, she'll like that. She really likes those. BVO2, prune. This is a very special color from the. This is a color that you can get in the pastel set of Copics I found out. It's supposed to be really nice, the 6-pack of pastels that they have. Light violet. Thank you. But this is a beautiful book too, I'm going to give credit to the illustrators who make the beautiful things for us to color. Because without them making these things, we wouldn't have these things to color. Hi, Miss May. How are you? We are coloring from this. They finally released this in the US. So we're coloring with many different markers today. We are coloring with we have colored with the Touch Cool, the Copics, the Bianos, Cali Arts. Copics. So we're using a couple of different media today. Well, marker media. E95 T orange. So, Miss May, what are you working on? A diamond painting, a coloring picture, watching TV, knitting, painting? Good. So then we get back to our Cali Art G115. That is mint green. There were some people who. I guess this can count for Color Your Award since it is the first picture I am coloring in this book. I've been coloring a lot of firsts lately. You know, and you guys may have noticed this, but I was looking back at some of my older pictures from when I first started coloring, and I do see an evolution of it. Like, it's really funny to see the evolution of my marker work too. Oh, that's nice. And Alice in Wonderland. Is that from is the chest I acquired from Diamond Art Club, or is it from another company? Just curious, because there's so many different companies now that make them. Hmm. Pale purple. I really like these touch and cool markers. I like them a lot better than I thought I was going to like them. I would definitely buy these again. I would probably buy this set again over the Lamer Show, the Cali Arts, and the. I definitely would buy these again. Geranium. Oh yeah, that really, really nice one. That really old one. Actually, I got a Treasure Studio Arts one, Miss May, that I worked on a few days ago on stream. I started a new one called Magical Serena. I finished the Alice and Snow one from Heart Full of Diamonds. It was a really nice one to work on. So, and I'm almost on the Victoria Moon one, but it's taken me a little bit longer to do than I thought it was going to take me to do. Pale purple. That's got to be a really, really pretty one, May. That one, the Josiah Cat. I can only imagine how pretty that one's going to look when you finish it. Prune. No, they're just meant to be fun things to do, and if you want, you can hang them up on your wall, frame them, or you can give them to somebody else when you're done with the diamond paintings. I know a lot of people give them as gifts. See, but when you do this, it actually makes a nice pattern. So, a mandala is just a pattern basically, but you can make it as creative as you want the pattern or as simple as you want. I've seen people do 3-color mandalas and they come out beautiful. Exactly. May I think that's. But the other thing too is when you buy from places like Diamond Art Club, and I've even heard this, and I'm working right now. I started one from Treasure Art Studios. I've heard good things about their paintings, and I can tell you right now, judging by the canvas is absolutely stunning. Mint green. No, the thing about a mandala is it can be as simple or as complex as you want it to be. There are some pictures that are just like I see the mandalas and then I all of a sudden get freaked. When I first started doing mandalas, I got a little freaked out by how intricate some of them are, and then I started finding that there were easier ones to do. And that gave me the confidence to work on some of the easier ones. Geranium. This reminds me of a colorful flower. I like doing these because they're a little bit of a challenge for me because I normally don't. I started doing them again, I guess, because you do people and then you get tired of doing people. Don't get me wrong, I love doing people, but sometimes you might want something like a break. Like sometimes you like something scenic to do. The first book that I truly was terrified. Exactly, I say to people also, take your time learning markers, pencils, whatever is the medium of your choice. Some books still terrify me. Like one reason why I don't do a lot of Kirby pictures is because I know they're going to take me a lot of time to do. Sometimes I'll do them off camera and sometimes I'll do them on camera, depending on how confident I feel about the picture. Every picture is going to be different. And then there's also the paper, depending on what you're using. Like some books I go pencil, some books I go marker. And then now I'm finding that some people are buying 2 copies of books, getting them spiral bound, and then using markers in them. I would have never thought about doing something like that before May. And then there are people who who specifically make books just for markers, like Jennifer Stay has her Bliss marker paper that she makes for some of her books if you want to choose the paper. But, you know, sometimes I choose mixed media. When I order from Jennifer Stay or Color and Painters Bliss, I order the mixed media paper because sometimes there are pictures that I may want to use pencil on, or sometimes there may be pictures I want to use markers on. So, you know, that's something to think about when you're choosing your pictures. So this is what we've done for ColorYa Mandalas, and I want to show you guys the back. Now this is how you can tell your markers are nice and juicy according to Miss Ann. And you see, I put a blotted page down. It didn't blot as well as you think it did, because I know a lot of you like to see the back of this. And you can see that the green is starting to fade, which is a shame because it's a really nice green marker. But it is what it is. So I want to thank you guys for coming to the stream and have a great weekend. Bye, everybody. Thank you guys for coming so much. I appreciate it. And so someone asked which markers did I use. I used Copics, these New Touch News, the Cali Arts, and what was the other thing I used? Oh, a Biano marker. We used the Biano marker. So we used a couple of different markers. Bye, everybody. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend.